Science using Python Scatterplots, Part 2. This time we're going to be looking at how to overlay plots and make our plots more interesting. We figured out how to do a scatterplot last time. We're using the impulsivity data set just like before. But what I want to do this time is basically start building our plot like we did before, but I want to be able to add different things to it to make it stand out a little bit more. All right, so we're going to start off just like we did in the last video. I'm purposely not picking up from the last video with the same code because you can only do that so much. But so what we're going to do is create what I'm going to call a layered plot. We're going to lay one plot on top of the other one. So I'm going to call this plot figure 1 again. And here I'm going to say PLT, just like I did before, dot plot. Wait, come on, plot. Imp1 underscore df dot and age, but this time I want to subset it. I want to do imp1 underscore df dot trt equals n. Okay, so I'm subsetting the data, and I'm also going to program this vertically so that it looks nicer, it's easier to read. So here I want to look at the imp1 is what I'm interested in, and I'm going to use the same condition as the other one so that everything matches perfectly. And if I remember from last time, if I don't specify some sort of color and symbol, things are going to go bad. So I'm going to do BO again. Okay, so this is going, and then here let me just run this plot PLT show, and we're going to keep editing this one. So by the end of it, we'll have just one bit of code, but we're going to keep adding to it so we see what happens. So here we go. I'm going to run all of it first to make sure everything's read in. And here's my picture. Now notice this has many fewer dots than the last one, and that's the idea. We've subset it by n. Now what we want to do is also do this again, but we want to subset it by, in this case, I believe there was an L in our set, and I'm going to change the color from blue to red so that I can see that there's a difference. So if I do this, I get this picture. So now I have blue and red on the same picture. Now I can go and add the other one, which was C, I think. I think there were 3 of them. We can go back and look here in just a second. But again, copy and paste. There's no point in, reinventing the wheel every time and typing it all again. But I believe it was C, and we'll go look in our data set here in a second to make sure. And let's say I wanted this to be green. And I'm sorry for those of you who are red, green, color blue. You are colorblind. You may not be able to see this. But there we go. So these would be these points. Why don't we make these, how about we'll go with black. And black is K, not B. Okay. So if I were to run this, hopefully you can see this. It made them black. And what this allowed us to do is now we can see these different groupings. And just like before, we can add some things to this particular picture. So we got a plot, X label, and here we're going to put in age, and plot, Y label. And this time we don't want to put in impulsivity 1 because it's just impulsivity, because each of the ones are on there. And then we want to do a plot title, and here we'll put in here impulsivity versus age. And if I run this picture, this is where I end up, and looks much better. There's just one problem. We have no legend on this, and that is a big problem, actually. And solving that problem is not as trivial as it would seem. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's not as trivial as it would seem. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop here. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, let's stop here. And what we'll do is we'll come back in our next video. We'll change some of the points to other items. Then after that, we'll add a legend. So I will see you in the next video.